Heyo, what's going on, it's Jack. Hope you guys have been well. I just finished Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and it was great. I did like every side mission, full story. Uh, Probably was around like 70 hours when I finished. I know I'm a little bit late. It's been out for a while, but I figured I spent so much time, might as well give my opinion on it. So let's go ahead and get started. I got Microsoft Paint here to go over the review because I'm old and I don't want to learn new technology because I'm stubborn. So I got good, bad, and neutral. Neutral's kind of like I couldn't place it, so it's kind of like eh. So we'll go ahead and start. So we'll go with good first. So good, yeah. First good thing. Boom. You can put Tifa and Aerith in bikinis. Would do it again, 10 out of 10. And then getting on to the more serious stuff. Music. The music is top tier. They remix like all the old songs, and they're all incredible. There's even like side mission songs, like the Cactors have like a song. There's like a song for a dog like escort mission where it's like bow wow wow bow wow wow, and then like fucking techno's like bumping in the background while you're like killing enemies. It's just all really good. Um, like Sephiroth, One Wing Angel remixes are there, of course. Everyone's favorite. The music is just top tier. Just props to all the like composers who've worked on it because it's probably one of the best. There's probably like over 200 tracks. It's really good. Then we'll move on to combat. Combat is it's pretty much the same as the first one, which the first one had pretty good combat. Uh, you get Yuffie and Kate Sith. If you've played the DLC for the last one, you know what Yuffie does. She has like a shuriken she throws around. She can be like ranged or melee. She can make clones and stuff. She's probably the funnest character to play. Kate Sith, I didn't really use him much. He's kind of like, random. He rolls dice and stuff. When I played him with him, like when I was forced to, he was good. So maybe other people enjoy him. I mostly use Cloud and Tifa. They hit really hard and are pretty OP. The only like small gripe I have about the combat is like sometimes when you get knocked up, it just feels like you're CC'd forever. Like you get knocked up, stay in the air for like 5 seconds, and then like land. It's weird. But other than that, the combat was great. Against like trash mobs, it's not so great. Like against like open world encounters, but it really shines during like boss battles because you just have to focus on one enemy and like one to block, one to like time a spell and everything. So yeah, combat. I really liked it. I was kind of skeptical when they changed it. I like turn based because I'm old school, but this new combat's pretty good. This will be 2-in-1. So oops, oh wrong one. Characters / voice actors. The characters are done such justice here. Like for the first like 75% of the story, it kind of sticks to like the standard formula of old Final Fantasy VII. The voice actors are like incredible at displaying emotion. They really bring the characters to life. And if you're like a Final Fantasy VII fan, they were done justice. The only one I had issues with actually was Sephiroth. His voice is weird. It's like very monotone, and it sounds like his voice is like far away from the mic when he recorded, like all the way over here. He's like, "What's up, Cloud?" It's. I think his voice actor does okay, but I feel like it just could use just like a little bit of improvement. Like I don't know. I know he's supposed to be like the cold badass, but it's literally like monotone, no emotion. Like. And like soft. I feel like it should just be like a tad bit more gruff. But other than that, everyone else is fantastic. This is going to be a controversial one, but oops, I select the wrong one. Graphics and performance. I had no issues, no glitches, no crashes. It was great. I know some people say the graphics aren't the best. I'm not a real stickler for graphics. My only small complaint is like the close-ups of their faces kind of was grainy at times, I guess, but that wasn't really a big deal. The zones are great. Like the open world is beautiful. Like the rainforest, deserts, mountains, like they all look good. I think most people will be satisfied with the graphics. So let's move on to the neutral because that's all the good stuff. Good stuff or neutral stuff. Very anime. So if you played the first one, I mean, you saw Jessie. She was like super like, "Hey Cloud, let's get a pizza, da, da, da. And then Cloud's like, he like anime grunt back. There's more of this. I watch anime a lot, and like it still even like was too much for me, you know, like there's just so many tropes, and like they do the anime grunting and stuff where it's like, Cloud, you should come do this, and he's just like, ugh. And then Tifa will like respond with, and then Barrett will be like, huh? It gets old because the game's so long, where it's just like, okay, guys, can you just like go do what you need to do? Like I said, it's not too big of a deal, but just prepared to be like super cheesy. Like it's in the old game, it's cheesy, but having it be voiced is like a whole different story. I mean, I think the voice actors do the best they can, so not too bad, but it is noticeable. Mini games. Everything in this fucking game is a mini game, dude. There's probably literally over like 60 mini games. There's one Queen's Blood, which is like the card game. That one's pretty good, and that one even has like a side quest like attached to it, like a big side quest. So I think that the mini games, probably the majority of them are good, like 70% of them are good, but there's some really bad ones, like the tower defense one, and then there's like one where you have to like go into a virtual world and control like units, and there's so many tutorials. It's like, oh, here's the tutorial this, da, 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 da. Oh, here's an 8-page tutorial on how to play this one. Here's an 8-page tutorial on how to play this one. It's like the tutorials for the mini games are longer than like the combat tutorials. It's insane. But some of them are really fun. Like the card game Queen's Blood, that was really fun. Move on to the next one here, side missions. Side missions, for the most part, are pretty good. There's missions that are dedicated to like each character, so like it goes off the good with the character building. Very solid. But there's some missions that are just boring, like go fetch this, go chase this mob for 10 minutes and kill it. You know, use this radar to track this thing, and then, oh, you found it, now you have to run all the way back and use it again and go across the world to track it. And there's just like fetch quests and like just boring kill quests that are just like filler, man, and it's just not good. But for the most part, I'd say some of the side missions are good with the characters involved, because they have like a relationship meter, and you do the missions for like build up your character relationships, and they're all like voiced, you know, and some get like pretty deep too. Deep character development. Another neutral, chocobos. So use chocobos to traverse the world, obviously. There's two areas that are really bad. There's a chocobo where like you have to find a mushroom to like bounce to like another cliff, and sometimes you have to like, your objective is like right there, but then you have to run around like 3 mountains to get to the correct mushroom to like bounce over it. And then there's another one where it's the kind of the same deal where they can like glide and fly and stuff. And you have to run like around the mountain, glide over here, glide over here, glide over here to fucking traverse to get to the objective. Which that's one thing I hate about open world games. It's like mountains, caves, like I just want to run straight to the objective. You know what I mean? But then there's some good ones. There's like a chocobo that like can jet off of water, and that one's very smooth. There's like a chocobo that can climb cliffs. That one's smooth, so it's not all bad. But I'd say 2 or 3 of the chocobos traversing is bad. But then the other 3 are good, so neutral's out. So let's move on to the bad. Not much in the bad, but this is a huge bad. I wasn't pasting. Here we go. Yeah, this motherfucker's back, unfortunately, Chadley. Chadley is some garbage filler character that they added, that he's not mandatory, but like he is mandatory, if you know what I mean. So every time you go to a new area, he pops up. And on your PS5 controller, it has his voice. So he'll be talking to you through the controller too, and he'll be like, Cloud, we gotta go get the relic, Cloud! Cloud, we gotta go save the chocobo, Cloud! Cloud, that's a rare enemy, Cloud! We gotta go kill it and get its data, Cloud! Literally, every 10 seconds you're in the open world, this motherfucker is talking. I'm pretty sure he has more lines than Cloud, or he probably has close to the lines, maybe not more, but like, he talks a lot, and it's so annoying. Like, he's like a know-it-all, he knows everything. And every side mission you do, well, not side missions, but every like side quest you do, or it is side missions. There's side missions where you have to like scan a crystal, you have to activate towers. It's all him, and it sucks. It's just like boring, uninspired side quest. And then his fucking annoying voice is gonna be with it every side quest you do. Cloud, you scanned the crystal. Good job, Cloud. And then if you want the good materia, you have to go to him and do like his trials. He has like trials where you have to kill the summons. You have to kill like fucking the rare mobs and stuff. He's so bad. Like, why could he? If he could just be removed from the game, one, it would cut off a bunch of hours, which we're getting to one of my next points. And two, we don't have to listen to his damn voice. And he has a partner in crime now, like a girl, and they have like banter. Like, get the relics, Cloud. And then I think her name is like Mai, and she's like, yeah, Cloud, get the relics. And he's like, Mai, don't say that. I hate him. I hate him so much. I hope we get to kill him eventually. All right, next one. Sorry, little rant there. Sephiroth shoehorned into everything. So what I mean by that is, like, early on, Sephiroth just appears like when he doesn't need to. Like, they'll just be like at a chocobo farm, like fucking sipping tea, and like a fucking chocobo will walk by. It'll turn into Sephiroth and be like, Cloud, I'm waiting. Cloud will be like, oh, my head. And then Tifa will be like, you okay, Cloud? That probably repeats like 90 times. Like, that same exact sequence. And like, I get this happens in the original game, but they do it way too much. Like I said, it'll just be at random times, not just like, you know, big story times. Like, even during the middle of a side mission, it'll fucking show up. It's to the point where it got annoying, so that's why I put it under bad. Number 3 for bad. Filler main story. So there's some chapters, like chapter 8, I think it was, where you do like the main story. I'm not going to try to like spoil anything. But chapter 8, like, you do the main mission, like, everything's resolved, everything's good. All of a sudden, boom, bitch! Just kidding, there's a whole new area we just unlocked, and you have to follow this dude for like fucking 3 hours. They could have just like cut that whole part, or just like made it 10 minutes instead of 3 hours. Then like in chapter 13, I think it is, you do like the main story, and then it's like, oh, you did the main story, but let's check out this person's point of view. And then you switch to them, spend another 3 hours, and then you do that, and then it's like, oh, wait, let's switch to this point of view. Another fucking 3 hours, and they could have all just been cut. Like, it was completely unnecessary. Like I said, they could have just made it like, you know, 10 minutes each section of like switching to like the perspectives. No, but it had to be like a bunch of hours. It's so bad. Like, I think I was kind of gassed from playing a lot at that point, but like, I just wanted it to be done. It's like, I know what's coming up. Why do you keep hitting me with these filler sections? Like, the story was resolved 6 hours ago, or this section was resolved 6 hours ago. Why do you keep switching me? And then this also kind of goes into this last point for bad, which is the ending. The ending, without spoiling anything, is very like messy, I guess is a good way to put it. A bunch of shit just happens at once. You don't know what's going on. It's like only partially explained, and just fucking, you're just like, all right, I'm here for the ride. Vroom, vroom, let's fucking just do this. And, you know, it's messy. It's messy. It's not great. I'm putting under bad. Maybe it'll be good, but I think the last one, since this is a trilogy, we'll have to explain it. Yeah, I didn't like it. The ending was not great. But everything else, I think overall, it's a great game. It's probably one of the better RPGs I've ever played, like, in my life. But like I said, it has some issues here. But overall, I still think it's a great game. I think it's worth playing. If you have a PS5, for sure, since it's like one of the only exclusives right now. So, I'll probably get it here. Overall, I'm going to say like a 9.3. I think that's about right. I think the Chadley side missions bring it down a lot. It was just uninspired, you know, filler content. The ending, I think, knocks it down a few pegs. But the good, just like, this is the main stuff. You know, the combat, the music, the character development. That's what you're here to play an RPG for. That's what bumps it up to the 9.3. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought if you've played it. And yeah, that's really all I got. Hope you guys take it easy.